How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Lucid. We know the market opens tomorrow, so I want to make sure you guys are prepared. We have been seeing a lot of volatility inside of the stock. We also do know the lockup expiration on January the 19th is coming. So you know what? I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder, you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to be taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for Lucid. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at $42.22, being up 1.96%. On the low, it tested $40.95, and then on the high, testing $43.40. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 33.308 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 48.044 million shares. So we did have below average volume on the day, but we still saw some strength in Lucid stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is the daily chart, we can see from the RSI down below, it is at 52.42. So it's almost right there in the middle. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we have strength above the 200-day, the 100-day, the 21-day EMA, but we are below the 50-day. So as far as tomorrow is concerned, we know the lockup expiration is going to be on January the 19th. So what I'm going to be looking for tomorrow, I'm going to want to see if Lucid is going to pass the 50-day right here around $43.62. It ended up testing a high of $43.40. So this is why I'm saying if it gains some momentum and it passes this 50-day, then easily we can see how well it would match up here right at this $45 level. We can see there is selling pressure in these particular areas, but it wasn't too long ago, back on January the 12th, we were able to see a high up to $47.50, which I said is an area you're going to want to keep an eye on, because if it does get above $47.50, this thing can really start taking off when you could see the $50 level. As far as for the bearish case scenario, you're going to want to see how well it could hold up the 21-day EMA at $41.13. If it breaks through this level, this is where we look forward to seeing it go to 40. And if 40 shows some weakness, then of course we could see some price action to the downside, seeing if we test this support and if it could hold up at $38.75. And if it doesn't, the next level there would be right here around this $37.50. So this is one of the things that you're going to want to keep an eye on, seeing what the price action looks like. We know this play has a lot of volatility. We just can't assume that the stock is going to be going down, right? We want to make sure we have a solid game plan for the potential direction of the stock, and that's why I'm giving it to you from the upside and as well as from the downside. So now let's take a look at the short interest information. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for Lucid. So as we scroll down further on the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So what we're going to be taking a look at, since we have covered some of these already, are the recent dates. So for January the 14th, we have Trustco that purchased 100 shares. We also have Stratos Wealth Advisors LLC that purchased 5,749 shares. And then we also see Magnetar Financial LLC that purchased just over 3.5 million shares. And we also have Louisiana State Employees Retirement System that purchased 87,500 shares. And then for January the 13th, we have Wedbush Securities that purchased 9,186 shares. Again, this is only the filing date. They did not purchase on these particular dates. So we can see institutions have loaded up on shares. And then when we take a look now at the short interest, the dark pool short volume ratio is at 55.79%. And then for the dark pool short volume, it is just over 10.17 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 100,000, updated 15 minutes ago. And then for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 59.38. So that is fairly high right there. So if they are shorting Lucid, they're paying a hefty fee. And then when we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio for the 13th, it's at 58.19. And then for the close of the 14th, it's at 55.79. So what this tells us, Lucid does continue to have short squeeze potential, and there also is a lot of negative market sentiment around the stock. And as a result, this is why there's a lot of volatility and why I see opportunities for traders in this play. So now let's move on to the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for Lucid. So we can see here on the inflow, it was at 313, and on the outflow, it was at 270. So it had an inflow day. Taking a look at the breakdown on the large, it was 10.61. On the medium, it was 170, and on the small, it was 132. Keep in mind, these numbers are in the millions. When we take a look at the outflow side on the large, it was 5.79. Then on the medium, it was 139, and then on the small, it was 125. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, we could see for the past 5 trading days, the last 4 have all been inflow days. And on the Friday that just passed, which is January the 14th, we saw an inflow for large scale orders at 4.82 million. When we analyze the numbers further for the small scale orders that tends to represent the retail side, we had more buying than we had selling. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more buying than we had selling. And then when we take a look at the large, we had more buying than we had selling. And this could potentially represent institutions and funds. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 2.02%. So again, this is not too bad for a growth stock like Lucid. We know there's a lot of volatility in the play. We know there's a lot of traders in the play. But one thing that is very clear, there are many who are holding on to their positions. So now let's go into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for Lucid in regards to the price action, you want to see it hold up $41. If it can't hold up $41, if it pulls back, then we could test that $40 range, and if that $40 range does break, we could start visiting the $38 range. As far as if you're going to be looking for some upside for it to look bullish and so forth, you're going to want to see it get above 45, and upon gaining momentum, getting to at least 47.50, and if there's a lot of buyers there, then this stock can go to 50 bucks. So this is why if you're going to be trading this play, you want to make sure that you utilize opportunities on both sides, whether you're going to be going long or whether you're going to be going short. If you're going to be doing options, this will be calls and as well as puts. When we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it still continues to have short squeeze potential, and we do see that institutions have loaded up on shares. And we know if tech is strong, Lucid is going to be strong. As we know, it's already been added into the NASDAQ 100, so there's a lot of institutional interest here, and this is why you want to make sure you have a solid game plan. We just can't assume that this stock is going to go down due to the fact that January the 19th is coming up. Be prepared to play both sides. For anyone who's investing in this stock, of course, you're going to want to wait until January the 19th because you could have a drastic pullback. I am not guaranteeing that, but I'm going to assume if you believe in the long-term prospects, you're going to want to get in with a good cost basis. And why should you overpay anyways? You could put more money in to buy more shares if you get it at a better price. And before I close this video out, I know I'm going to get that question. So what are your thoughts about the Lucid Air Dream 22 edition showing up on Jay Leno's Garage on YouTube? I'm like, you know what? This could definitely be a catalyst for the stock going into tomorrow. So this is why I am saying keep an eye on it. Keep it on your watch list. Keep it on your radar. I'll make sure I'll keep you guys updated for the next video for tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll be talking real soon.